All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we are at Miami Trace High School. Tonight we've got boys high school basketball, the McDonald's Holiday Classic, originating here from the home of the Panthers of Miami Trace. They actually are in this holiday tournament. There are 4 teams in the tournament. We have, in our first game of the tournament tonight, we've got the Red Raiders of London High School, and they're going to be taking on the Greenview Rams out of Jamestown, Ohio. And in our second game tonight, which will start at approximately 7:30, we've got the Madison Plains Golden Eagles, and they will be taking on our Miami Trace Panthers in the nightcap. And then the winners of tonight's game and the losers of tonight's game will play each other on Thursday or Saturday nights, and we'll have the same times. It'll be 6 and 7:30 as far as our broadcast this coming Saturday. So we'll have the winners against the winners and the losers against the losers this Saturday. We've got a familiar voice by now if you've listened to some of our earlier games this week. We've got Zach Bayless. He's going to be doing our play-by-play. I'm going to add some color. I'm going to do some switching, scorekeeping, and run the camera, and anything else that I might be needing to do. And this game is going to get underway in about 5.5 minutes. So we are prepared. We want to welcome our audience both on campusnation.com and WZAA 106.9 LPFM in Jeffersonville, Ohio. We are Miami Trace's radio station right here in the school district, and we welcome you all for another great night of Campus Nation sports. And as I said, we'll be getting underway very shortly. The teams are warming up, and of course our HD video, which we do for every game here, our HD video of this event as well as tonight's final game will be on our website probably Saturday, Sunday. It just depends. We've got a backlog of a lot of games that we're doing here. But we also have then Saturday's games, which should be available Monday or Tuesday. So all 4 games are going to be recorded in beautiful HD video and available on our website just as soon as we can get them uploaded and on the site. And we continually upload more video because this is a busy season when it comes to high school sports, particularly during the basketball season. And next week we actually start our college basketball season. Other than Wilmington College, we're going to be doing our game of the week, college game of the week, and that'll be starting next week as well. We're going to do a Tuesday game. That'll be the day after. You're all set? Yeah. That'll be the game after on Tuesday. We're going to be at, it's actually our sponsor, Ohio Christian University. And then we've got Columbus State, which we'll be doing, I think it's Thursday or Friday, but I'll have to check the website. But anyway, I'm going to turn this over to Zach. Zach will give you some interesting information about these first 2 teams that are playing tonight. So go ahead and take it away, Zach.
All right, thanks, Rick. Everybody here live from Miami Trace for this Holiday Classic tournament. Let's talk about both teams here. We got Greenview and London. London is going to have a tall task when we're talking Greenview here. Mason Snyder is the big man for Greenview, and he's a pretty good player. London's emphasis is going to have to be to stop him. And for Greenview, they just have to be able to stay on the court. Really, they only go 7 deep, and London's going to have to tire them out. Let's go over the rosters here for both teams. First for Greenview, we got Jack Nix, who's a junior guard. Cam Treadaway is a senior forward. Ian Tamplin is a junior guard. Tommy Rollins is a junior guard. Colin Wilson is a junior forward. Nick Clevenger is a forward. He's a junior as well. Gabe Cottle, and he's a guard. Rhett Birch is a freshman guard. Mason Schneider, as we mentioned, is a senior. He's a forward. And Trevor Irwin is a sophomore forward. For London, we've got Josh Hanley, number 1. He's going to be a senior, and he plays forward. Jimmy Doolin is a senior. He plays forward. Trey Woodyard is a freshman. He's a guard. Javon Stevens is a sophomore. He's a forward. Cameron Greenhill is a junior. He's a guard. Jacob Krieg is a junior. He's a forward. Jacob Fox, junior guard. Stuart Wyrick is a senior guard. Cody Cunningham is a senior forward. Jake Andrich is a junior guard. Isaiah Hadim is a sophomore guard. And Joey Doolin is a sophomore forward. That's the lineup for both teams. Also, London will be dressing some reserve players, C.J. Crawford and Eli North, who are both sophomores. So we got just under 2 minutes to go here, both teams warming up. Greenview will be in their blue uniforms. London will be in the whites. They'll be the homes here. We've got kind of an awkward vantage point here for the broadcast, as we will be going north-south instead of east-west from the side view of the broadcast. So if you're familiar with Miami Trace Gym, the home side of the stands will be how we will be calling the game from left to right that way.
Yeah, this is, and for those of you that have not been in the pit, as they call it here affectionately, this is the last year of the pit. Miami Trace is currently building a new high school, a really neat facility back behind the existing football field. This building is slated for demolition shortly after it is no longer being used. And so they've got a lot of new things that they're doing. There's going to be, from what we've heard, there's going to be turf on the field. It'll go from grass to turf. They've already got a big, beautiful video board on the field. And hopefully there'll be some improvements to both the visitors and the home press box. And we'll enjoy maybe getting into the home press box so we don't have to climb up ladders like you usually do.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Rick, as we're just getting ready for the national anthem here, this was a great place, one of my favorite places to play growing up, so it should be a good one tonight. So if both teams go to the bench here after the national anthem, we will get the starting lineups for both teams here in this first game of the Holiday Classic here. We hope everyone had a Merry Christmas and all the gifts were great and the families had nice dinners, and I hope everything went well for everybody. But in the meantime, we got some basketball.
We got a lot of basketball.
For Greenview, the starting lineup looks like Nick Clevenger, who's a junior forward, number 23, Mason Schneider, number 33, Gabe Cottle, number 25, Jack Nix, number 3, and Ian Tamplin, number 13. For London, it's Josh Handley, number 1, Jimmy Doolin, number 2, Trey Woodard, number 3, Stuart Wyrick, number 15. And the final starter for London is Jake Ondrick. So that rounds out both teams. Greenview with the height advantage in this one. We'll see how London counters to go up against this team's attack. As we mentioned, London will be the home team wearing the whites. Greenview will be the blue team. Greenview going to the left, London going to the right. And we're underway here. Greenview takes the opening tip. Nix will bring the ball up the court, trying to get something set up. He uses the ball screen, gives it back to the top of the key to Clevenger. Clevenger down the post to Snyder. Schneider back in his way. Makes a move, kicks it to the corner to Clevenger. Clevenger driving to his right, kicks off to Nix. Nix back over to the top of the key with the ball to Cottle. Now here's a three-point attempt from the right wing, no good. That one was shot by Clevenger, down 3 rebounds London. Here they come. Here's the ball on the near side. Kick over to the top of the key. Driving is Woodyard, kicks it. And here's a three-point attempt by London, no good, brought down by Greenview. Here's the ball in the near side corner. Kick over to the top of the wing to Nix, and they try to throw it down in the post to Schneider, but it's stolen. So London will walk the ball up the court. Woodyard with the ball. He hands it off in the far side corner to Wyrick. Wyrick to the near side corner, back to Woodyard. Over to the top of the key. Doolin gives it off to Hanley. Over to the wing. With the ball is Wyrick. He'll give it off to Woodyard. Greenview playing good defense. Here's a three-point attempt by Doolin. No good. And it's rebounded, brought down by Clevenger for Greenview. Here comes Cottle. Cottle is going to pull up for a three, but leaves it short. And rebound back to London. 0-0. A minute and a half gone through the first quarter in the first game of this tournament. Here's Woodyard with the basketball at the top of the key. He'll give it off to the wing to Wyrick. Wyrick over to the opposite side wing. Back over the near side wing. Here's a three-point attempt by Hanley. That's too strong, but rebounds brought down by London. Here's Woodyard. Gives it off to the top of the key to Hanley. Hanley setting something up for London. He picks up his dribble. Now he gives it off to the near side corner. Here's the pass over to the opposite side corner. Driving with the basketball is Ondrich, and he kicks it over to Doolin. Doolin throws it down low to Woodyard. Woodyard kicks it out to Wyrick. Boy, Greenview's playing good defense here, not giving up much, but they're going to give a wide open pass down low to Woodyard, and he puts it up for the first points, that's Hanley. He puts it up for the first points of the game for London. Now here's Greenview with the basketball. Far side is Tamplin. He gives it off to the top of the key to Cottle. Now here on the wing, driving baseline, nothing doing. Kick to the top of the key with Nix. Over to the near side corner, Schneider. He's going to tee one up with a man in his face, and he leaves it short. Rebound brought down by London. Here's London on the attack, driving all the way to the rim as Ondrich puts it up. No good. Rebound brought down by Schneider. And Greenview will call a timeout here. 2-0, 5:08. Both teams stalling on offense so far here early.
Okay, we'll take a quick break here. We'll be right back after this word from our sponsor.
106.9 WZAA-LP, Jeffersonville.
Begin the next step of your life at Ohio Christian University, one of the nation's fastest-growing nonprofit universities. Earn an accredited associate, bachelor, or master's degree entirely online, or attend class once a week at one of 11 convenient locations. Programs range from business and human services to IT and RN to BSN and more. Call today, 855-OCU-GRAD, or on the web at enroll.ohiochristian.edu.
So Greenview breaks the press of London, and they have it on their side of the court, setting something up on offense. Here's Nix with the ball at the top of the key. He'll give it off to the near side wing to Cottle over the top of the key. And here's a pass down the post to Snyder. He grabs it and lays it in. Boy, I tell you what, London's going to have a tough time all night dealing with Schneider. He's just bigger than everybody.
He does have the height, doesn't he?
Here's Woodyard with the ball, the near side. Gives it off to the opposite side wing to Doolin. Hanley. Now over to Doolin on the near side. He tries to throw it down low, but it's deflected into the hands of Woodyard. Here's Wyrick, near side wing, gives it off to the opposite side wing to Doolin. Doolin to the top of the key to Woodyard. He'll tee one up from deep. It's no good. Rebound brought down by London. Here's Ondrich with the ball. Ondrich gives it up to the top of the key to Wyrick. And Wyrick gives it off to Woodyard. He's going to be called with the travel as he was just in triple threat and shuffled his feet. So ball will go back over to Greenview. 2-2-4-12 to go here in the first quarter. Both teams stalling on offense so far. Here's the pass on the near side to Cottle. Cottle being guarded tightly, gives it off to Clevenger. Clevenger gives it down to Snyder, and he'll just lay it up. No good. He falls his own, doesn't get it, and rebound brought down by London and Wyrick. Wyrick bringing the ball up the court for London. Gives it over to the near side wing. Ondrich with the ball. Ondrich gets a ball screen. Thinks about pulling up for three. He's going to give it back to the top of the key to Woodyard. Woodyard does tee it up from deep, and it rattles all the way in and bounces out. Rebound Snyder for Greenview. Here comes Nix with the ball. Nix tries to throw a pass, and it's stolen by Hanley. Hanley 1-on-2, and he lays it up. No good. Rebound brought down Greenview. Clevenger with the ball. Nix nearly traveled when he got the ball. Now he's bringing it up the court. And he throws it to a cutting Clevenger, wide open for a layup, 4-2 Greenview. Here's Ondrich with the ball on the far side. Gives it off the top of the key over the near side wing. Wyrick. He'll tee one up for deep. That one's too strong. Rebound brought down by Schneider. Clevenger bringing it up the opposite side of the court. Picks up his dribble, gives it off to Snyder at the top of the key. Snyder driving to his left, kicks it out to the near side wing. Over and tried to get it down to Snyder. It's stolen again by London. Now here comes Woodyard. Gives it off to Wyrick, and his shot is blocked out of bounds, but will remain with London.
Nice block.
Yeah, it's almost as if he would have done better just to stop and pump fake there.
That's right, yeah.
Try to draw the foul. So London inbound to Doolin over the top of the key to Woodyard. Here's Wyrick off a ball screen, and that one's too strong. Rebound brought down by Cottle for Greenview. Here comes Cottle trying to push it up through traffic. Gives it off to Snyder, and he slams it home! What a good find there by Cottle, and then Snyder, just slammed it home for the finish. 6-2 here, just over 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter of this tournament action. Here's the ball on the near side wing over to the top of the key to Woodyard. Woodyard, no one guarding him, so he'll take a three. That's off to the left. Now here's Nix up with the court with the ball for Greenview. The top of the key being harassed is Clevenger. The ball is deflected over to Tamplin. Now Nix with the ball at the top of the key. 6-2 here. Greenview leading with just under 2 minutes to go. Clevenger with the ball on the far side. He'll hand it off to Cottle. He'll jack one up from deep, and that one's good. London's going to have to call a timeout as they were holding Greenview nicely, but the last few shots have fallen, and they have went up 9-2 here with 1:41 to go here in the first quarter.
Looks like London is relying too much on trying to shoot threes. I think they would be better off trying to take it to the basket, at least maybe draw some fouls, do something to change up, because their threes are just not, they're not helping them at all.
And you got to think Snyder on the inside there is a big reason why they're not trying to drive in. London's got a big height disadvantage here.
But once again, if you at least charge the basket, you may have more of an opportunity. Now, maybe he would block it, but at the same time, maybe you could get him in foul trouble. That would certainly be helpful.
Right. They're definitely going to have to take Snyder out of this game offensively and defensively. One way to do it would be going at him with fouls.
Right, or they're going to have to start shooting some threes and actually making them instead of just attempting and missing.
Yeah. So London will inbound it, full court here. 9-2, Greenview on top, just under a minute and 40 to go here in the first quarter. Woodyard bringing the ball up for London. Woodyard driving to his left, kicks it over to the top of the key to the younger Doolin who just entered the basketball game. Now here's Ondrich, refuses the ball screen, drives straight to the hoop, lays it in, but it's too strong. Rebound brought down by Schneider. Here comes Cottle. He'll pull up a mid-range jumper. No good. And it's out of bounds off Greenview, goes back over to London.
Well, at least London was attempting to take it to the basket that last trip down. So they're listening to us.
So as we mentioned for London, younger brother Joey Doolin of the older brother Jimmy Doolin checks in. Here with the ball is Woodyard. He'll kick it to the near side corner to Greenhill. Over the top of the key to the younger Doolin. Doolin down to Greenville. He'll kick it out to Doolin. Older Doolin, and he hits from three. That's London's first three of the night.
That may help him.
Here's Nix bringing it up for Greenview. Gives it off to Cottle. He's going to be double-teamed here on the near sideline. Cottle gives it over to Wilson. Now over to Nix. He'll drive to the basket, and it's shots blocked, but they're going to call a foul. We'll see who it was on here as two London defenders came over to help.
Looked like maybe a body foul.
So that's Jake Andrich, who is in the ball game for London. He'll pick up his first foul, and here's subs for both teams. Shredaway will come in for Greenview. Also in for Greenview is Clevenger. To the bench goes Snyder and Cottle. And the second free throw is good as he only connected on one was Nix. Here's Woodyard bringing the ball up the court. Under 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Treadway defended Woodyard at the top of the key. Here's the pass to the near side. Over to the opposite side corner. Greenhill with the ball. Gives it off to Doolin. Doolin driving baseline, reverse layup, spins it up, no good. Rebound Treadway. Here comes Greenview. Treadway up the far sideline, picks up his dribble, gives it off to Clevenger. Greenview trying to set something up, probably going to take the last shot here. 11 seconds to go. Tamplin with the ball on the far side. Gives it off to the top of the key to Clevenger. Over the near side to Jack. Nix. Now here's a wide open three-point attempt by Greenview. Push! So Greenview finishes the quarter strong as Clevenger comes in with a three-point attempt on the opposite side wing, rounding off this quarter 13-5. Greenview on top of London.
Begin the next step of your life at Ohio Christian University, one of the nation's fastest-growing nonprofit universities. Earn an accredited associate, bachelor, or master's degree entirely online, or attend class once a week at one of 11 convenient locations. Programs range from business and human services to IT and RN to BSN and more. Call today, 855-OCU-GRAD, or on the web at enroll.ohiochristian.edu.
Back here getting ready to start the second quarter of the first game of this holiday classic, McDonald's Classic, that is, tournament here at Miami Trace, as we have London and Greenview. Greenview dominated the first quarters. London couldn't get too many shots to fall. Greenview up here starting the second quarter, 13-5.
So normally they have some great vittles here during the games. Maybe McDonald's is going to be catering us.
Yeah, we'll see what McDonald's has in store for us over the next, really, couple days.
Yeah.
Here's Woodyard with the ball, gives it off to Doolin. Back to Woodyard at the top of the key, gets a ball screen. Woodyard driving to his left and tries to throw it down low to the opposite side, Josh Hanley, but it's through his hands and out of bounds. Greenview will inbounds. Cottle bringing the ball up the court. Cottle gives it off to the near side to Tamplin.
Got a foul underneath?
There's a foul underneath on Greenview. That's going to be Colin Wilson, the junior forward, picking up his first foul.
So they were jockeying for position under the basket, and the foul was given.
Here's Woodyard bringing the ball up the court. Gives it off the near side free throw line, over the top of the key, back to Woodyard. Opposite side here, back to the top of the key, and there's going to be a three-point attempt by Ondrich. That's too strong. Rebound brought down Clevenger for Greenview. Cottle bringing the ball up the near side, and he thinks about pulling up for three, but gives it off to Tamplin. Tamplin, here in the near side wing, gets it over the top of the key. Tamplin being harassed. Good defense by London, gives it off to Treadway. Treadway to the free throw line, and that's going to be Ondrich picking up a foul from behind on Wilson as London went over and double-teamed, and Wilson just got smacked on the arm, so it inbounds on the opposite side for Greenview. In for London, substitution Joey Dolan will enter the ball game. Here's Greenview, and here's a wide-open three-point attempt, but he's going to pump fake, pulls up mid-range, too strong. That was Cottle, but a rebound brought down by Greenview. Here's Treadway, gives it off to Clevenger here on the opposite side. Back over to Tamplin. They leave him wide open, and he makes it. Here's Woodyard with the ball, gives it off to the younger Dolan at the top of the key, over to his older brother. And he shoots a three. That one's no good. Rebound brought down by Greenview, but it's stolen away by London, and now a foul is going to be called on Clevenger. Clevenger brought that rebound down, but it just got stolen from behind. And now London will get the ball back with a foul being picked up on Clevenger. Subs for Greenview into the ball game is Schneider and Nix. To the bench goes Tamplin and Treadway. London taking it out of bounds underneath here on the near side. Inbound to Doolin. He hands it off to Woodyard. Woodyard going to fire from deep, and that one's no good.
Foul.
And a battle for the rebound underneath hits a foul on London. So it's going to go back over to Greenview. We'll see who the foul was on. Jimmy Doolin picks up his first foul.
Push from behind.
So London will show press here as Greenview takes it up the court. Here's Clevenger with the ball. He throws it all the way up to the front court. And now here's Nix with the ball. Nix driving to the hoop, dishes it off, and a layup for Greenview. That was Colin Wilson there for the lay-in. Now here's London. Near side of the ball, Woodyard gives it over the opposite side. Here's Wyrick driving baseline, cut off. Throws it to the top of the key to the younger Doolin. Doolin drive and spin is blocked by Schneider. Picks it up as London. Here's Woodyard on the far side. Gives it off the top of the key here over to Doolin. Doolin tries to throw it down into the post, but it's stolen by Clevenger. Here comes Nix with the ball for Greenview. He gives it off to Clevenger. Clevenger nearly traveled, and he's going to throw up a floater, middle of the lane, no good. Rebound, Schneider. Schneider puts it right back up and puts it in off the glass. Boy, they just can't stop Schneider as the scores went up to 20-5 for Greenview here. Just under 5.5 to go here in the second quarter. Greenview playing solid defense. London just not hitting on their shots. Here's the top of the key to Wyrick over the far side. And a drive to the basket is London. Here's the younger Doolin at the top of the key. He'll drive to the basket, but it's blocked and taken right away from Schneider. Boy, if Schneider's in the paint, London's not getting anything up. Here's Nix with the ball at the top of the key for Greenview. Throws it over to Wilson. Wilson being harassed, gives it off to Nix at the top of the key, over to the near side, and Clevenger. Clevenger drives to the basket, stripped, and he's going to be stripped again. He got stripped twice on that play, and up with the ball is Woodyard London. Now here's Doolin. Doolin driving to the middle of the paint, throws it, and it's deflected, but it's recovered by London. Driving to the basket and throws up a shot is Hanley, but it's knocked out of bounds as he caught nothing but air, but it was deflected off a Greenview defender. Two new subs for London. Into the ball game is Ondrich. Also into the ball game, checking in for the first time tonight, is Jacob Fox. Into the ball game for Greenview is Treadway. He comes in for Clevenger, who gave Greenview some pretty good minutes. London taking it out of bounds, inbounds, almost stolen, but it's recovered by Ondrich. Ondrich gets a ball screen from Fox. Over to Fox. He's going to tee one up from deep. Leaves it way too strong as it barely even touched the rim. Tried to save it out of bounds as Hanley tried to throw it off, looked like Treadway, and it was deflected, or he stepped on the baseline before that ever happened, so Greenview will have the ball. Here's Nix trying to beat London's press. Throws it over the near side to Cottle. Cottle being trapped. Greenview needs to get it across half court, and they do. Treadway with the ball. Now here's Cottle driving, throws up a alley-oop to Schneider, no good, but it's rebound brought down by Greenview, no good again, and then London comes up with the rebound. That was Wilson, who had two opportunities. Now here comes Ondrich to the opposite side. He kicks it over back to himself here in the corner. Driving baseline, puts up a left-hand layup, and one! Boy, that was a nice move there by Ondrich as he went to his left hand, kind of switched hands in midair so he didn't get his shot blocked and absorbed the contact. Into the ball game for Greenview is Tamplin. He'll come in for Nix. Nix will stay in the ball game. Coming to the bench is Wilson. To the free throw line is Ondrich, and he'll make his and one. 20-8 here, just under 4 minutes as Greenview breaks the press of London. Here comes Cottle. Cottle will put up a layup, and he puts it in. Boy, if London's going to have this press, they can't allow Greenview to get wide open layups. Now here's Hanley driving to the basket, throws up a shot, but they're going to call a charge. That was Tamplin who slid over and took the charge for Greenview, and it'll go back the other way. Here's Cottle bringing it up the court. Greenview breaks London's press. Over the top of the key to Tamplin. He's defended by Wyrick. Tamplin over to Schneider on the far side wing. Schneider holding the basketball, gives it off to Treadway in the corner. Schneider cutting to the basket. They'll throw it down to him. He'll put his shoulder down and just lays it up and in. There's really nothing you can do about that at all. That's 8 points already here for Schneider. Now London bringing it up the court. Fox here on the far side corner, and he's fouled by Nix. A hand check foul they're going to call.
Pretty touchy.
Yeah. Checking into the ball game is Clevenger. He comes in for Nix. London will take it on the sideline, out of bounds on the far side. Inbounding it is Wyrick. He'll get it into Woodyard. Woodyard gets the ball screen from Doolin. Woodyard's going to pull up from mid-range, and it's off the front rim, no good. Here comes Greenview. Rebound was brought down by Schneider. Here's Cottle. Cottle setting up a play for Greenview. In between his legs, doing some moves. Now he's driving to the basket, and they're going to call a foul on Ondrich. That's only the 5th team foul for London, as Miami Trace only has 4. So both teams far away from the bonus as we have 2:51 to go here in the second quarter, 24-8 Greenview. Taking it out of bounds underneath is Greenview. They get it in. Here's Cottle with the ball at the far side wing. He'll tee one up from 3, but leaves it way short. Catches nothing but air. Rebound come down by London. Here's Woodyard up the far side. Gives it off to Wyrick. Over the top of the key, over to the far side wing to Fox. Fox over the near side wing to Wyrick. Wyrick thinks about pulling up from a mid-range, and he gets it stripped, so he's just going to drive to the basket, stripped from behind again, and stolen by Schneider. Here comes Greenview with the basketball. Tamplin has the ball on the near side, gives it off to Cottle. Cottle at the top of the key, gives it off to Tamplin on the near side corner. Over to Treadway, top of the key, over to Clevenger. Clevenger skips it across to Cottle. He thinks about a 3, throws it down to Schneider. Schneider puts it up with his right hand. Too strong, brought down by London. Hanley with the rebound. Now here comes Woodyard. Woodyard gives it off to Fox over to the top of the key. Over to the near side corner is Doolin with the basketball. Top of the key to Fox, but he traveled before he got the shot off, and it'll go back towards Greenview.
London can't buy a break here.
Yeah. Shots not falling for London. And they really haven't been able to stop Schneider as he's leading all scorers with 8 points. Here's Cottle bringing the ball up the court for Greenview. Driving to the basket's Clevenger, absorbs the contact but can't get the layup to go, and it goes out of bounds off London. That was off Doolin's foot, so it'll stay with Greenview. Subs coming in for both teams. Cameron Greenhill will check in for London, as Greenview actually pulls their sub back. Out of the ball game's Jacob Fox. Greenview inbounds it. Clevenger with the ball on the near side wing. Clevenger hands it off to Cottle. 1:35 to go here in the first quarter. Greenview up 24-8. Driving to the basket is Cottle and throws up a floater, gets it to go. Boy, it's not necessarily that London's playing bad defense. Greenview's just making tough shots here.
Yeah, they are.
Here in the ball with the near side corner is Wyrick. Gives it off to the near side wing to Doolin. Over the far side wing to Hanley. Kicks it corner to Woodyard. Woodyard will jack one up, and he gets one to go. So a big break here for London as Greenview goes all the way ahead, and Clevenger up and under will be fouled and sent to the free throw line. So right as London starts to answer, right back down the court is Greenview with the basketball, and they'll head to the free throw line. London just didn't get back in transition there, and for a team trying to stop a team that really is just overpowering them as Clevenger makes the first free throw, they've got to get back and can't beat themselves. To the bench for Greenview goes Treadway, and into the ball game is Wilson. And the second free throw rattles home, 28-11 Greenview. Under 1 minute to go here. Woodyard bringing the ball up for London. Here's Wyrick with the basketball on the near side. Dribbles to the top of the key, picks up his dribble. Off to Doolin, near side wing. And Doolin shuffled his feet before he ever got going. It'll go back over to Greenview. Cottle bringing the ball up the court for Greenview. London's went to a 3-2 zone here as Greenview appears as if they're just going to dribble this thing out and take the last shot. Up 28 here to London's 11 points. Cotto on the far side, just dribbling it out. Clock running down. London's not going to do anything to stop them. They're content with going to the half and trying to figure something out. Now Cotto gives it off to the far side, back to Cotto. Cotto makes a move. Clock down under 5. And Clevenger just dribbles it off his foot in the corner, out of bounds, and London will get the last shot. 3.3 seconds to go here. Greenview's going to pick up full court. Inbounding it on a baseball pass to Woodyard is Hanley. He kicks it to the corner, and a 3 by Doolin's too strong, and that'll end the half. 28-11. It's all Greenview in the first half and the first game of this tournament action here from Miami Trace. We'll be back to tell you about it.
Begin the next step of your life at Ohio Christian University, one of the nation's fastest growing nonprofit universities. Earn an accredited associate, bachelor, or master's degree entirely online, or attend class once a week at one of 11 convenient locations. Programs range from business and human services to IT and RN to BSN and more. Call today, 855-OCU-GRAD, or on the web at enroll.ohiochristian.edu.
Back here at Miami Trace at the half, 28-11, Greenview up. And really, Rick, it's just been Greenview making tough shots and London not getting anything to go.
And you and I were talking before the game started. You were saying that the Greenview coach was saying they only go like 7 deep usually as far as playing them. Well, they don't need any more than 7.
They really don't here as London plays the deeper bench, but they really only played 7 here in the first half. And they just couldn't get anything to go. As you see here, they have 11 points. It's not that Greenview's running all over them. London's playing pretty solid defense. Greenview's just making some tough shots, along with Snyder, who's leading all scorers with 8 points down the post. They just throw it down there to him, and he just lays it in because he's so much bigger than everybody.
That's right. He definitely has been the dominant player so far in the first half of this game.
So we'll go off the scoreboard here as we don't have official stats. For Greenview, the scores so far have been Ian Tamplin. He has 3. Colin Wilson with 2. Nick Clevenger with 7. Gabe Cottle with 7. And Mason Schneider with 8 points. For London, it is Josh Hanley with 2 points. Jimmy Doolin with 3 points. Trey Woodyard with 3 points. And that rounds out the scoreboard for us here, as there's one more player for London who has a 3.
They're checking out your hardware there, Zach.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh. It's a good thing it's not like an engagement ring or something.
Oh, yeah. That'd be a tragedy, wouldn't it? So if you're just joining us here, the score is 28-11. Greenview on top of London in the first game. In the second game, immediately following this, we will have Madison Plains against Miami Trace, the hometown team of this tournament, who has hosted it for so many years, Rick. It's just an annual event, great event that goes on. But as you mentioned, this will be the last year it's played in the pit.
That's right. The pit will no longer be the new school that Trace is building, quite a facility. I've not actually obviously been through it yet because it's still under construction. It's supposed to be ready by November, and in fact, they're hoping that because they've scheduled most of their opening games as far as basketball next season away, that if there's any delays at all, they'll still be able to christen it with their first home game sometime in November or December next year.
Yeah. So definitely sad to see this gym go. As I mentioned earlier, just briefly, I've played in this gym ever since, well, I was a freshman in high school, so 4 years in a row I played in this gym. This was actually my favorite place to ever play. You know, you just have the older kind of scenery of the gym. It's got that nice lighting as a shooter that you like, and really a smaller court it felt like always growing up. Everything's really close on top of you, and I love playing here for some reason as a player. So it's sad to see it go, but I'm sure for Miami Trace, they're happy to move on, get themselves a new school, get everything going in that department, as it's been many years that they've been talking about having a new school, and now it's finally coming through for them.
And for those of you that aren't familiar with the Trace School District, and of course WZAA is in that district, their district, they've managed to move all their schools to one campus. So from elementary all the way through high school, they're on this in that same perimeter of area. And so it makes it very convenient. All the students, whether they're K through 12, they are right here on the campus in various buildings that they've been building, and all of them are brand new facilities, the high school being the last facility that they were building. And this building that we're in currently will be raised sometime after they christen the new facility. And as I said, they're going to make some improvements to the football field. They have been making some improvements, and we're just excited because, being the radio station right here in the broadcast area, this is a great school to be able to be paired up with.
So little over 5 minutes to go here before these two teams tipped off for the second half. As we mentioned, here in the second game, it's Madison Plains against Miami Trace. Now, Miami Trace, if I'm right, has won this thing the past couple of years.
Yeah, and this year they've lost a lot of their members to graduation. Last year, they were in a different league, the SCOL, which was the same league that Wilmington is in. And that league disbanded. So the new league that they're in, they haven't been quite. And of course, most of the league play has not taken place yet. So most of these are sort of out of league, non-conference games that they've started out playing. But I think they're currently 4-5, something of that nature, 3-4. But they've sort of struggled at the beginning of this year because they have lost a lot of seniors to graduation. Now, the girls' team, very strong. Last week, the Blue Lions played both boys and girls games. They won both games against the Blue Lions. And the girls' teams, the Blue Lions came in here, I think, 7-0, and Trace was 7-1, and Trace came away with the victory, going to 8-1, whereas the Lions dropped to 7-1. So the girls' teams have done very well in the past few years. They won the league last year, and so did the boys as far as Miami Trace, beating out Wilmington for the league championship. Wilmington had dominated the league for, 4 or 5 years straight. So it'll be interesting to see in this, situation. Right now, I would say, I've obviously seen Madison Plains. I've the first time to see London and Greenview, but Greenview looks like they've got a fairly strong basketball team. And it'll be interesting to see, as far as with Greenview, how they go through this tournament. I'm sure that the way that the score reads right now, it looks like they're going to be in that final on Saturday.
Yeah, so you mentioned that Miami Trace lost a lot of talent. Madison Plains also lost a few players. They're playing some younger players this year. A guy who they'll get back tonight, at least when I talked to the coaches, was Jarrett Valerie, who the last game we covered against Greenan, Jarrett was out, and a freshman, Ryan Ernst, had to take his place. Madison Plains, of course, carrying more players here to the tournament as the JV did not play today, so they can bring more players along with them to get some experience. But Valerie will definitely be a big piece to get back from Madison Plains, and we'll see how he does coming off a sprained ankle. And before that, he had some stitches in his shoulder, his shooting elbow. So we'll see how he bounces back from that and if he can help Madison Plains out as they're coming off a loss from Greenan. Meanwhile, here we just got under 2.5 minutes to go here. Both teams out on the court warming up. It was all Greenview in the first half. It really wasn't that they were just out dominating London. It's that London wasn't making a whole lot of shots.
Yeah, they were attempting, and I think for obvious reasons, they were attempting mostly threes there in that first half. And they just weren't hitting them. And so it was our suggestion that maybe they try to drive and maybe work on fouling out the big guy. But he's also blocked a few of their attempts. So, you get kind of snake bit. You're not going to be charging into that basket trying to make a shot if you get it stuffed back in your face a few times.
Well, I think one thing here that's looked like for London is when they get down in the paint, they're intimidated by the tall man down there, Mason Schneider, who we've talked a lot about tonight. Schneider's intimidating them when they get down in there, and they're trying to force their shot up rather than just pump faking and trying to draw a foul, which is what they should be doing. We'll see what adjustments they made as both teams went to halftime here. The loser of this game will go into the loser's bracket and will not get a chance to play for the championship game, and the winner, of course, will go on to the championship game.
Right, and the way that would work would be the 6 o'clock game this Saturday would be, I think, the loser's bracket, and then the 7:30 game would be the winner's bracket. And we'll, of course, bring you not just the 2 games today, but those 2 games on Saturday.
Yeah, and we, of course, talked about how normally this tournament's played back-to-back days, but a little different this year as it's being played Thursday and Saturday, probably because on Friday, Ohio State heads to Dallas in the Cotton Bowl to take on USC.
Who are you picking in that game?
Who am I?
I think the spread is like 9 points Ohio State.
Yeah, Ohio State's definitely got a good team, but they're always the team that turns it up at the end of the year, whereas USC, we'll see how they do. Darnold might be going to the draft. I think J.T. Barrett and Ohio State's offense will play their heart out because J.T. Barrett is, of course, a senior, given so much to Ohio State, and USC, we'll see how they do, if it's a letdown for them or how they work out. In the meantime here, getting ready to start the second half, Greenview will have the ball here going towards the right basket if you're looking from the home bleachers. With the ball is Nix. He's defended by Ondrich. He'll hand it off to Cottle over the top of the key to Tamplin. Tamplin gives it off to Cottle here on the near side. Cottle down to Snyder. He gets double teamed, still puts it up. No good. Rebound brought down by Woodyard for London. He's coming up the near sideline, driving all the way to the basket, coast to coast, but he leaves the layup short. Here comes Greenview with the basketball. Cottle has it at the top of the key. Gives it off to the near side corner to Clevenger. Clevenger to the top of the key to Nix, over to the far side wing. Schneider, he'll jack one up for 3, leaves it short. Rebound brought down again by Woodyard for London. Now here comes Woodyard, kicks it ahead to Hanley. Hanley on the near side wing to the top of the key to Ondrich. Ondrich in between his legs, driving to the basket, kicks to the corner to Doolin. And that 3's too strong. Rebound brought down by Schneider. Here comes Greenview with the basketball. Cottle on the near side. Cottle thinks about pulling up, gives it off to Tamplin. Down into the post, over to Clevenger, and he puts it up. Thought he got fouled.
He did.
And it'll go back towards London.
Yeah, he was hit on the arm.
To the basket's Woodyard. He'll pull up. That floater's too strong. Here comes Greenview with the basketball. Nix up the far side. Probing through the middle of the paint. Nobody picks him up, and he lays up a layup. Boy, for London, you can't have that coming out of the half. Just a total breakdown of the defense.
They were asleep. There's no question.
Here's Woodyard with the basketball. Kicks it over to Ondrich. He drives to the free throw line, kicks corner. Wyrick will pull up from mid-range, and he swishes it. Those are Wyrick's first points of the night as London shows press here. Nix with the basketball. Greenview's going to have to get it across. Coming up on that 10-second call, they do. Caught it with the ball on the far side. He's going to get trapped. Gives it off to Tamplin. London showing a zone. Here's Wyrick defending Cottle, and they call a foul down here on the baseline. So Greenview will take it out on the far side underneath. Tamplin will be inbounding. Here's Nix, left all the way open, but he bricks the 3 on the other side of the rim. And here comes London with the basketball. Near side to Wyrick. He'll tee it up. Swish! London going on a little run here. 30-16, under 6 minutes to go. Here comes Greenview. Clevenger for 3. No good. He'll follow his own shot, get his rebound. Kicks it off to Schneider. Schneider, mid-range jumper. He'll leave it short. Rebound, London. But it's knocked out of bounds by Clevenger. That was Hanley who came down with the rebound for London, but London will remain in possession of the basketball. London cutting this lead less than half. 30-16. Woodyard with the basketball, gives it off to the near side corner to Ondrich. Ondrich to the top of the key to Wyrick. Wyrick over to the near side corner. Hanley with the basketball. Hanley driving on Schneider. Kick to the corner. 3-point attempt. Ondrich, good! Nix bringing the ball up the court for Greenview. 30-19. London making some shots now. Driving with the ball, Cottle gives it off to Nix. He'll drive all the way to the basket, lays it right in. London again there collapsed on defense, and nobody came over to help. Bringing the ball up the court is Hanley. He'll give it to Woodyard. Woodyard over the near side wing to Wyrick. He's driving, stripped from behind, and Clevenger comes away with the steal. Cottle bringing the ball up the near side or far side of the court, gives it off to Nix. Back over to Cottle, Far side wing, looking for Schneider down the post, nothing there. Ball on the near side to Clevenger. He'll skip it all the way over to Cottle. Cottle over to the top of the key to Tamplin. Tamplin tries to hand it off, and that pass is deflected. And they're going to call over and back, even though the pass was deflected into the backcourt.
Yeah, but usually when it's deflected, it's not over and back.
Yeah, London just blitzed that ball screen there, deflected the pass into the backcourt, and going to get it is Greenview, and the refs really, I think, just missed that call there.
They blew it, yeah.
So, subs for both teams. To the bench goes Clevenger into the ball game. It comes Cam Treadway. Here's London with the basketball. Woodyard driving, spins, kicks it to the corner to Doolin. Pass it to a cutting player, back to Doolin. Near side to Wyrick. He thinks about a three. Here's Joey Doolin, gives it off the top of the key to Hanley. Hanley driving, and I think he got away with a travel. But they're going to get an over the callback on London as Nick came down with that rebound, so it'll go back towards Greenview. Another sub here for London. To the bench goes Hanley, and into the ball game is Fox. London again showing a full court press. Here's the inbounds of Tamplin back to Cottle, and they're going to call a quick foul on Fox as it looked like a quick give and go. And London wasn't in position. They had to reach. So taking it out on the far sideline is Tamplin for Greenview. London still in their press. He'll get it inbound into Cottle. Cottle gets a cross half court. Cottle to the top of the key to Nix over the corner. Here's Tamplin driving to the paint, gives it off to Treadway. Treadway, mid-range jumper, leaves it way too strong, but it's brought down by Greenview and then goes out of bounds after Schneider put up a second chance opportunity, and it goes off Treadway's hand out of bounds. London will have the basketball. Wyrick bringing it up the far side. Gives it back to Woodyard. Woodyard setting a play up for London. Gets a double ball screen. Woodyard probing, driving to the basket, and tries to lay it up. It was blocked, but they're going to call a foul, it looks like, on Treadway for Greenview. That'll be Treadway's first foul. That's Greenview's first foul of the half. And the first free throw is up and good by Woodyard as another sub into the ball game. Wilson comes in for Cottle for Greenview. Second free throw on its way. Too strong. Rebound almost brought down by London on a follow, but Nix brings it down for Greenview. Here's Nix at the top of the key. Gives it off to Treadway on the near side wing. Treadway skips it over to Tamplin. Tamplin over to Nix. 32-20 here. London cutting into the lead of Greenview as Snyder drives to the hoop. No good, but it's followed up by Wilson. Here comes Woodyard with the basketball. Being defended by Treadway. Top of the key. Gives it off to Joey Doolin. Doolin tried to drive, but just walked before he ever established position. And it'll go back over to Greenview. Boy, it seems like every time London starts to get back in this thing, they just shoot themselves in the foot with turnovers or missed shots.
We've seen that, yeah.
Here's the top of the key is Nix. Over the short corner. Wilson gives it off to Treadway. Back over the top of the key to Nix. Far sideline to Tamplin. Nix with the basketball, defended by Woodyard at the top of the key. Greenview's went a little stagnant on offense. Snyder at the top of the key, defended by the younger Doolin. Now here's a high-low, but it's stolen by London as it went right through the hands of Wilson, and the older Doolin trying to push it up the court, but it's stolen right back to him. Here's Wyrick with the basketball, gives it off to Woodyard. He'll get a wide-open three. That's too strong. Rebound, Nix. Woodyard getting a lot of good looks tonight, none of them really falling. Here's Treadway, gives it off to Schneider. Schneider fakes it and throws it back over to Tamplin for a three, and he makes it. Good recognition there by Schneider as the double came. He found who was wide open, and a three-point attempt falls for Greenview, and they push the lead up to 17. Top the key. Wyrick's going to tee one up for London. He leaves it short. Rebound brought down by Tamplin. Here's Treadway up the near sideline. Treadway pulls up, gives it off to Tamplin. Tamplin yells out a play, gives it off to Schneider, off a screen. He leaves the three-pointer short, and it's tipped out of bounds off Nix. Go back towards London. Subs for both team. Into the ball game for London is Ondrich and Hanley. To the bench goes Jimmy Doolin and Woodyard. So London's bringing the ball up the court. Near side corner to Fox. Fox gives it off the top the key to Hanley. Hanley gives it off to Joey Doolin. Top the key, over to the corner, back to Fox. Here's the ball at the top the key. Ondrich gives it off the corner to Wyrick. Takes a couple jab steps, drive into the middle, loses his footing, and Greenview steals it. Here comes Nix with the basketball. Nix pushes ahead to Wilson. Wilson pump fakes, but they're going to call him with a travel as he couldn't regain his momentum and just shuffled his feet. London has a sub coming back into the game is Woodyard in for Wyrick. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Low-scoring ball game, 37-20. Greenview on top here. London tried to make a run here to start things off, but have been cooled down by Greenview's run. Here at the top, the keys, Joey Doolin. He gives it to Ondrich off a double screen, and he nails a three. Good play call there by London. Trying to get a shooter open, and they did. Here's Nix, top the key. We'll see here if Greenview holds for the last shot. 22 seconds to go. Cottle with the ball at the near side. Thinks about a three, gives it off to Treadway. Treadway driving, gives it back to the top of the key. Over to Cottle on the near side wing. Game clock under 10 seconds. Nix with the basketball. Greenview's got to go here. Nix driving to the hoop, scoops it up. Too strong rebound brought down by London, and the clock expires. Good defense there by London, but Greenview just blew a wide open layup. 37-23, Greenview on top of London as we head to the fourth quarter.
.9 WZAA LP, Jeffersonville.
Begin the next step of your life at Ohio Christian University, one of the nation's fastest growing nonprofit universities. Earn an accredited associate, bachelor, or master's degree entirely online, or attend class once a week at one of 11 convenient locations. Programs range from business and human services to IT and RN to BSN and more. Call today, 855-OCU-GRAD, or on the web at enroll.ohiochristian.edu.
Back here at Miami Trace, score 37-23. Greenview on top of London. London went on a run there, started making a little bit more shots, but Greenview answered with a run of their own. So London will have the basketball to start the fourth, going towards their left basket. Here's Woodyard with the basketball. Gives it off to the near side wing, over to the top of the key to Joey Doolin. Now here's Woodyard. Woodyard over the top of the key, driving is Ondrich. Ondrich pulls up mid-range jumper, leaves it short. Rebound brought down by Schneider for Greenview. Up the near side is Tamplin. Tamplin throws it down low to Wilson. He'll put it up over everybody and puts it in off the glass.
Can't stop.
Yeah, Greenview just making a lot of tough shots tonight, and that's been the difference. London not making a whole lot of any. Here's a drive to the basket and a kick to the corner. Ondrich. Cut off, throws it to a cutting Joey Doolin. His shot is blocked by Schneider. Here comes Greenview. Cottle with the basketball on the far side. Driving through the paint, throws up a floater, and that one goes. Boy, very tough shot there. London's going to have to call a timeout. 41-23 here as Greenview has come out and just went all over London to start this fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's like you said, London came out. They looked like they were maybe going to get back in this game. And just as soon as they started making some shots, the Rams, answered. Yeah. And really, they've actually added to their lead now.
So London having no answer coming out of halftime, really. And Greenview's just continued to be on top of things. But Greenview's making a lot of tough shots. Like we said, the last couple shots we've seen, there's been three guys with hands up for London, and they're shooting right over top of them.
And where London has been making the shots and they just haven't fallen, it's just the opposite for the Rams. The Rams, it seems like just about everything they throw up has been falling in.
(41-23) from Miami Trace. If you're just joining us, don't forget, after this ball game, we've still got another ball game to go. Madison Plains against Miami Trace here in the second game tonight of the McDonald's Holiday Tournament here in Miami Trace. London will bring the ball up full court. Woodyard with the ball. 7 minutes to go here in the fourth. Here's Wyrick with the basketball on the far sideline. Gives it off to the top, the key to Ondrich, over to Woodyard, near side. Woodyard, top the key to Ondrich. He loses the ball. Clevenger goes for the steal. Ondrich has a wide open pull-up at the free throw line and makes it. Here comes Greenview with the basketball. Gets it across half court after beating London's press. Cottle with the basketball. Gives it off the near side to Schneider. Schneider looking down the post. Gives it to the top, the key to Wilson. Wilson tries to throw it down low, and it's stolen by London. Here comes Ondrich with the basketball. Near side, driving. Kicks it off to Wyrick. Top the key, three. Good! 41-28 as London goes for a steal, and Woodyard is called for reaching in from behind. And he's not too happy with the call. That'll only be London's fourth team foul, as Greenview only has one team foul. Greenview quickly breaks the press. Here's Cottle with a wide open layup.
That was too easy.
Yeah, for London, you've got to do better with the press. Wyrick with the basketball. Gives it off the near side to Ondrich. Ondrich throws it to the top of the key over the far sideline. Top the key to Wyrick. He'll tee one up, and he'll leave it off to the left, but it's rebounded by Lundgren. Ondrich with the basketball. Throws it to the top of the key to Woodyard. He thinks about pulling up for a three. Ondrich gets it right back off a flare and swishes it home. 31-43 here. London starting to heat up a little bit. Greenview breaks the press. Here's Clevenger on the far near side. And here's a throw right down through the middle. Tamplin was cutting and lays it in the lane. Here's the ball at the top of the key for London. Hanley with the basketball. Picks up his dribble. Throws it to Ondrich on the far side corner. Over to Wyrick. Wyrick will tee up another three. Leaves it off to the left. Rebound brought down by Cottle. Greenview coming back with the basketball. London's going to bring a trap. Skips it over to Tamplin. Tamplin looks down to a wide open Wilson in the post, and they lay it in. Timeout, Greenview. Another breakdown by London's defense as they tried to start trapping and left the man wide open down below. Score 47-31 here. Here in this third quarter, Ondrich has really been catching fire for London, but London hasn't been able to stop Greenview on defense.
And you can tell Greenview is very well coached, and they really run their plays, and they're looking constantly for the open guy, and that's where they're getting some of these easy bunnies.
Yeah, Ondrich for London has 14 points, all of which coming here in the second half. But Greenview just up and down the roster. It hasn't been Schneider, who we thought was going to be overpowering for Greenview tonight. It's really been the whole team chipping in from everybody.
That's right, yeah. Good team play.
So London will bring it up. Woodyard up the far sideline. Driving to the basket. Jump stops and puts it up. Left too strong. Rebound brought down by Tamplin for Greenview. Here comes Cottle with the basketball. Cottle kicks ahead to Schneider. Slams it home. London again not getting back in transition. And there for a second slam of the game is Mason Schneider. Here's Wyrick. He'll tee up a quick three, and he gets it. Quick timeout by London before Greenview tried to get it in. 49-34. Both teams catching fire here in the fourth quarter. But for London, it might be a little bit too late.
4:20 remaining in this game, and I would say that they're going to have to be shooting nothing but threes from here on out and hitting them if they're even going to get back in this game.
Yeah, like you said, if London's going to get back in this thing,
15-point deficit.
They're a team that relies on threes, and here is the opportunity. They're going to have to make some and get some stops on the defensive end, and that starts with getting back on defense and preventing Greenview from getting wide open layups.
Right. It's not going to do you any good if you're shooting threes and you go down and make a three and they come back and get an easy 2-point money. So they're going to have some stops besides just making 3-point plays.
Yeah. London cannot afford to trade baskets here. They're going to have to buckle down, get some stops, as there's 4:20 remaining here, 49-34. Greenview's dominated this game from the start as London hasn't been able to make shots, but they've came alive here in the second half, especially from deep. But with the one foul on the scoreboard for Greenview, London hasn't been getting it into the paint. They've been settling for threes. They're going to have to make some. Greenview with the basketball. Full court press by London. Tamplin has the ball, hands it off to Cottle. Cottle, double team. And Greenview breaks the press. Nix with the basketball. He's going to get double team, gives it off to Tamplin. Here's a quick throw down low to Schneider. He picks it up and will get fouled and will head to the free throw line to shoot 2. Schneider almost came away with another dunk there, but London fouled him quickly as the foul was on Woodyard. That's his 3rd foul this basketball game. And Snyder's first free throw rattles in. Second free throw on its way is swished home. 51-34 Greenview over London. 4 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Driving to the basket's Ondrich. He'll pick up a foul before he shot the basketball, so London will take it out of bounds underneath. Woodyard will inbound it to Hanley. Hands it right back to Woodyard. Woodyard driving, middle of the paint, spins, kicks it out to Hanley. Hanley gives it off to Ondrich. Ondrich thinks about a 3, tries to step back, but gets it stolen by Nix. Just lost it as he tried to go for a step-back jumper. Getting it across his Cottle. Gives it off to Nix. Nix kicks it down low to a wide-open Woodyard, and he can't get it to go, but Snyder follows it up with an and one. Or excuse me, that was Treadway that was left all alone down there for Greenview. He couldn't get the wide open layup. Schneider came up with the rebound and put it in. He'll go to the line for the and one, and he'll cash in. 54-34.
Yeah, we've gone from 15 to 20-point lead very quickly.
Yes. That's what Greenview can do to you. Here's Andres driving to the
foul.
basket, and they're going to call a travel as he wanted the foul call before he ever traveled, and it'll go right back to Greenview. Substitution for Greenview into the ballgame is Clevenger for Treadway. Tamplin inbounds to Cottle. Cottle kicks it ahead to Tamplin, nearly stolen. Now here's a kick to Snyder as he throws it in and one again. Boy, Schneider almost sent that thing in reverse style, and if London didn't come away with a foul, he probably would have. They came by, slapped him on his arm, so he'll go to the line for another and one opportunity. Clevenger will head to the bench for Greenview. Back in is Hardway. Or Treadway, excuse me. Schneider connects on the and one attempt. 57-34, Greenview on top here just over 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Trying to drive to the basket, Wyrick loses it but gives it off to Ondrich. Ondrich driving, pulls up mid-range jumper, left off the front rim. Rebound Schneider. Here comes Greenview with the basketball. Cottle gives it off to Nix on the far side. Nix being harassed by two defenders, and Greenview calls a foul before Nix ever got it stolen. So both teams will head to the bench, and we'll pause for a word from our sponsor.
106.9 WZAA LP, Jeffersonville.
Begin the next step of your life at Ohio Christian University, one of the nation's fastest growing nonprofit universities. Earn an accredited associate, bachelor, or master's degree entirely online, or attend class once a week at one of 11 convenient locations. Programs range from business and human services to IT and RN to BSN and more. Call today, 855-OCU-GRAD, or on the web at enroll.ohiochristian.edu.
Back here at Miami Trace in the first game of this McDonald's Classic tournament tonight. 57-34, it's been Greenview from the opening tip on top of London. London not making a whole lot of shots, and Greenview making some tough shots and playing some pretty solid defense, led by Mason Schneider, who has 18 points here and has had 2 or 3 and 1 opportunities in a row. London, it's been all bombing threes, but not a whole lot's been falling for him. Greenview inbounds it, Cottle with the basketball. Top the key, gives it off to Clevenger. Clevenger with the ball at the top of the key. Over to Nix. Greenview just running some weave action. Here's Tamplin. Gives it off the corner of Schneider. He'll drive to the basket and throws it right back to Clevenger, who cut but can't come up with the layup. Now here comes Joey Dolan in the front court. And a layup opportunity by London is good. That was Eli North, who just entered the ball game. London digging deep into their bench. Here's Cottle, gives it off the Knicks, the top of the key, over to Tamplin. He thinks about a 3, but pulls it out to run more clock. Now Tamplin driving to the basket, gives it off to Schneider. He almost lost the basketball. Gets it back out to Nix, and Greenview will regroup. Nix breaks the trap, gives it off to Cottle. He'll pull up, tries to throw it up and in, no good. Rebound Greenview twice, and a shot sended back out by Doolin. Here's Schneider, puts it up and in off the glass on Greenview's 4th offensive rebound of that possession, and it's 59-36. That's Schneider's 20th point of the night. Here's Ondrich, throws it right down low to Greenville, and he'll give it off, and it's blocked. That was Eli North who had his shot blocked, and it'll go back towards Greenview. Here's Nix with the basketball on the far sideline. Gives it off the top of the key to Cottle. 59-36, Greenview on top with just over a minute to go here. Here's Schneider as he almost lands it home again, as London had to help on the drive and he was left all alone down low. Here's Ondrich driving to the basket, throws it up through contact. 38-61, 1 minute exactly to go here in the fourth quarter. Cottle with the basketball. Kicks it to the corner of Schneider. Greenview just passing it around, trying to kill some of this clock. Nix with the basketball. Gives it off to Tamplin. Throws it to Nix, who was wide open down low, but didn't take the layup. And he nearly gets the ball stripped by a double team, but gets it back out to Tamplin. Tamplin almost gets the ball stripped as London's flying around, and here's a wide open layup by Cottle after London couldn't recover on the scramble. 63-38. 25 seconds to go here. London with the basketball. Ondrich driving. Kicks it. 3-point attempt by London. No good. And it's deflected out of bounds off London to go back towards Greenview. That was C.J. Crawford who put up a 3 as Greenview empties their bench out, getting most of their reserve players who made the trip tonight some action, as there will be 16.5 seconds to go here in the fourth. Inbound to Nix. London still pressing. Nix breaks it and will throw it down low to Wilson, who misses the layup, and it's brought down and put back up by Greenview. No good. Here comes London. 6 seconds to go. Ondrich with the basketball. Ondrich will pull up from 3, leaves it short. Save opportunity by Doolin, but the clock sounds, and that'll do it for game 1 here in the McDonald's Tournament Classic. 63-38, Greenview over top of London. We'll be back to break it down.
Begin the next step of your life at Ohio Christian University, one of the nation's fastest growing nonprofit universities. Earn an accredited associate, bachelor, or master's degree entirely online, or attend class once a week at one of 11 convenient locations. Programs range from business and human services to IT and RN to BSN and more. Call today, 855-OCU-GRAD, or on the web at enroll.ohiochristian.edu.
Take a ride on the Jeffersonville airplane. Follow the White Rabbit 106.9 FM, Jeffersonville.
Back here in Miami Trace just about 23 minutes until the kickoff of our second game here, Madison Plains against Miami Trace, but it was the first game that came away victorious for Greenview as they'll move on to the championship game on Saturday as they won 63-38 over top of London as the Panthers are getting ready to take the court here. The hometown team in this tournament, they'll actually be wearing their home whites as they will be the home team when they take on Madison Plains. But it was game one that we'll start talking about here. It was London who came in, a three-point shooting team, not a whole lot of height, and Greenview coming in playing solid defense and having height and also being able to shooting. And it was Greenview who made a lot of tough shots with Schneider, who was just a presence down low that London had a hard time stopping. And even when he was on defense, they couldn't get anything to go down low. Just had to jack up a whole lot of threes and jump shots. And for London, they just weren't falling tonight until it was too little, too late.
Greenview was impressive from start to finish. There's no question that they were the better of the two teams tonight.
Yep, so both teams just getting ready to go here. We'll come in and break this thing down here, but I'm going to let Rick talk about his morning show and everything that goes on at the station for a little bit.
Yeah, well, what we will talk about, yes, we have a morning show 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Charlie Hargrave, Marianne Dotson, and occasionally Kim will be in to round out our schedule here. Right now she's been on a road trip with her boyfriend driving truck. But anyway, that's from 7 a.m. to 10 every weekday morning. Tune in tomorrow. We have somewhere in the neighborhood of 5,000 to 7,000 views because not only do we do this over the air on WZAA, we also do a Facebook Live. Tune in tomorrow and catch all the action. We're going to take a break here. I've got to stop the video and we'll stop the audio to rejoin. So we'll be back shortly. We'll just take a small break here and be right back.